All right, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. As always, I appreciate it. All right, let's get this shit off the screen. All right, Mr. Landfill, Danfield, Mr. Landfill. Thank you for the 5x5. Patrice, Uptech, Lisa, Betty, Maria, Eric, Groundhog, Melissa, Mulzer, Murder Lizard. Sorry. Thank you for the 5x5. Elaine, Adam, Bush Pig, Sway, Grit and Grace, Joe, Sojourner, Bad Poppy, Rhonda, Brian, Nostra Dumbass. Thank you for the 5x5. Lisa, Angelwood, Raccoon, Zizzard, Dobie, Karen, thank you for the 5x5. Kathleen, Indiana, By the Book, Winston, Michelle, thank you for the 5x5. Beef and Chicken, Carl, All Seeing Cat, Kimberly, Cowgirl, Ronnie, Nostra Dumbass, RCX, what's going on? U.S. Soldier, thank you for the 5x5. Crow, Mind Your Actions, thank you for the 5x5. Appreciate it. And William Pence, thank you for the 5x5. So, guys, not clearly, let me walk that back. There's been mention of something going on with NYPD. And as of right now, it's been growing, not legs, but concern. I didn't mean to say legs. It's growing concern. So apparently, earlier today, let me start off from where I got this. Colorado had gotten notice that the Venezuelan gang, Tren de Aragua, you guys heard me talk about them before, apparently greenlit an attack for cops in Denver. But then that grew to Chicago somehow, and then Albuquerque, New Mexico gave a heads up about this. Now, why are we talking about it tonight? Well, the obvious reason, guys, is that for those of you that know somebody who's an NYPD police, or just a police officer in general, they should know about this. This should definitely be on every police officer's radar around the country, especially those that work in areas where this Venezuela gang is operating. And I wouldn't say hiding out, because they're definitely not hiding out there out in the open. Now, this gang, guys, like I said, they're growing, and there's nothing stopping them right now. They are coming across like illegal immigrants. They're coming across like illegal immigrants. They are hiding amongst the illegal immigrants, looking like paupers, out of place. Meanwhile, they're gang members crossing over. So, Nikola Tesla, I was going to get to that, but Nikola Tesla says civilians too. So here's the problem, guys. If they're green lighting or green lit police officers, we're going to assume that this is nationwide. Now, I got a video releasing tomorrow on this very subject. It's more to the point. We're also going to discuss what's going on in Israel, because obviously that doesn't look good, what's going on there. And I've been trying to ignore Israel and their bullshit, and Lebanon and I don't care. But this would happen yesterday, or 2 days ago, and then what happened today isn't really good. But anyway, I digress. Now, Venezuela gang Tren de Aragua gives green light to members to shoot U.S. cops, Homeland Security memo states. Again, guys, this can also translate over to civilians, as Nikola Tesla pointed out. Because if they're going to go after police officers with no discretion, no fear, if they're doing this, then they're absolutely going to go after civilians if they have to. Not even if they have to. They will. So, this is Falcon. So, green lit or green light means the go ahead. They do it. Right. Thank you, Scott Roberts. Okay, go. Get it done. Whatever, however you want to translate it. But green light means go ahead. It's giving you the pass to do it. That's what it means. And again, the warning came out of Denver. I don't know how Chicago got involved, but a cop friend of mine, when I asked her the question initially, she didn't know anything about it. But then she, not emailed me, she texted me this from Albuquerque, and I can't show you guys it because, well, you know, fuck my phone and my iPad. But hold on. See if I can pull it up. She texted me something, a message from, I don't know if you guys know who this is, FLE, Florida Law Enforcement of, I don't know. It's FLEOA. And it states that Albuquerque Police Department has received information from federal partners regarding possible green light attacks on law enforcement. The what you call it, so shitty. AQ, I guess it's Albuquerque, HSI has received information from credible human sources out of Colorado at the Tren de Agua criminal organization, they call them an organization now, not a gang, excuse me, operating in Denver, has been given a green light to fire on or attack law enforcement. Now, they were given the green light. It's unclear, because all the information I've read is unclear if this green light came from Venezuela itself. Is there a central operating Tren de Agua head here, like a honcho, a head honcho? No one knows, and I don't know. Not that no one knows. I don't know. I don't know where the order came from, and they're known as TDA, right? So when I say TDA, I mean that because it's just a lot better for me. But excuse me, I'm trying to fucking do two things at once. But this is, guys, bad for PD. This is bad for civilians. And here's another reason why it's bad. It's bad for civilians, guys, because, again, you could be minding your business. You could be, especially in a city like New York, Chicago, Detroit, you be minding your business. You're walking down the street. All of a sudden, unprovoked, these guys can just start lighting up RMPs that are sitting on street corners minding their business. Now, to get at a police officer, a lot of the RMPs here, they have like this bulletproof glass in a way and a tiny hole. I mean, they can also do other things. I'm not going to say what else they can do. They can also do other things. Nonetheless, guys, it's still a bad situation, and this information should be spread around. If you want to do a video, for yourself or for your channel, by all means do it. You want to steal ideas from this video, I don't care. Get the information passed along as quickly as possible. Now, listen, nothing can happen. Some of these guys might look at the orders and go, yeah, we're not doing this. Or other guys could be like, fuck it, we're doing it. Now, about a month ago, there was a gang member who fired on 2 police officers here in New York. And when they questioned him, he turned around and states, it's the norm. We do this all the time. So, if they were given a green light, and a green light, guys, at this magnitude, means that this gang is a lot bigger than we think. For them to make a ballsy move like this, a statement, forget a move, a statement like this, that's bad. Now, I would hope that police organizations around America right now are looking at this order and going, you know what? Let's start kicking them in the dicks. Because that's what I would do. I would absolutely start hammering these assholes right in the nutsack. I wouldn't wait for them to make their move or wait till 2 guys or a guy and a girl sitting on a corner on their post and waiting for someone to just haphazardly start shooting at them, which can definitely happen. The other side of the coin is, if these guys are as aggressive and brazen as they're appearing to be, they can also go after family members. That's where things get a whole hell of a lot interesting. Now, me personally, you go after family members, that means you have to meet them. You have to meet them on the battlefield, unprovoked. You have to go to their place of operation and start wreaking havoc. And I don't mean nicely. Like, if they go after family members, all bets are off. Forget about the courtroom. Forget about badge, handcuffs. Forget about all that shit. You gotta go, like, ape shit on them and teach them a lesson. But cops are not gonna do that. So that's just me, like, you know, hoping that they would do some egregious shit. But they're probably not. Yeah, not good. And with everything going on right now, this is like the last thing cops need. I mean, we got protests all over the nation still going on. You have candlelit vigils for, what's her name? Massey. The hell's it? Sandra, right? Is it Sandra Massey? Am I saying that right? The lady that was killed by the cop in her home. You got vigils going on for that, and you got people actually... I don't know how to say it, but you got people who are trying to drum up the bullshit. The situation has already been quelled. The cop is in jail. He's going to have a hearing or two. He's going to go to jail for a very long time. But you have people that are still trying to beat the drum of division and racial war, if you like. Random Gene, the topic tonight is partially cops being greenlit for an attack, and then we have what happened in Lebanon today. Sonia, sorry, what did I say, Sandra? Yes, Sonia Macy, Sonia Macy, right? Yeah. So, yeah, things are not looking good in that regard. So, I don't know. I don't know where else this is going to go. But this isn't looking good. So, all I can say, guys, is head on a swivel. Try to keep your head out of your phone. Not like I was doing a couple seconds ago. Try to keep your head out of your phone. Keep your antennas up. Keep your head on a swivel. Keep looking around. If you're in the RMP, make sure you have the windows rolled up and the AC on. Especially if you have bulletproof glass. Yeah, and just don't become a target. Keep moving. I know, like, you know, especially here, they have a tendency to, like, beat cops. Have a tendency, like, to lean against the wall or stay in one spot too long. Don't do that. Boats had his 37th anniversary on July 18th. Very good. 37th anniversary of what? Marriage? Being a cop? What? Well, whatever it is, congratulations. No problem, both Meal. Thank you for joining me tonight. So, am I completely worried about this? Not really. Though I can see them making a move. This also, guys, this also puts in way of EMTs who work with police officers all the time, firefighters who work with cops all the time. We work with them closely, especially at accident scenes and things like that. So anybody in the emergency service field can be a potential target. Can be. Now, again, if they go after family, that's an entirely different animal. Entirely different animal. So this last part says criminal intelligence unit detective or gang detectives if contact has made an individual associate to... Okay, so they're asking if they have any rats within the Trans Day or Agua gang. So anybody that has any... what are those guys called? Not rats. I mean, I call them rats, but they're called not snitches. CIs. There you go. Confident informants, right? That's what it means, right? Confident informants. Anyway. All I heard was a group in Denver. Steve Rogers. Yeah, so first responders need to keep their head on a swivel. That's all it is. So moving forward, guys, let's finish this article out and move on to the next subject, which is the mayhem that it's turning into a slow burning fuse for Third World War, and that's what happened in over there on the other side of the world. Anyway, so members of the violent Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua have been given the green light to attack police officers open fire in Denver. A federal memo obtained by the Post reveals the gang is already tied to hundreds of crimes, including shooting 2 police officers who were trying to arrest one of its member in June. Credible human sources from Colorado provide information on the TDA, Tren de Aragua, given a green light to fire on or attack law enforcement, said the memo from Homeland Security Investigation Office in Chicago. As you may know, we have a TDA present here in Chicago, so please be vigilant as you encounter TDA members or affiliates during an investigation or operational activity. Now, with all of these migrants here, unless they're wearing tank tops or something like that, it's going to be hard to tell who they are, right? A lot of them do have gang-affiliated tattoos, so it is going to be a little hard to figure out who's who and what's what. Nonetheless, you have to be a little more aware of what's going on. Now, in Queens, there's a huge presence of them there. I think it's Jackson Avenue, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the route that it runs along. They're the ones running the prostitution rings out there. They're running the stolen goods. They're also running drugs. They have a moped gang that steals shit and robs people. That's an actual, like, a unit, if you will, right? Or I guess a unit that actually steals on a moped. And they rob people on a moped as well. That's the craziest shit I've ever heard. I mean, and we've seen it in third world countries. I didn't know that it was an actual group of dudes assigned to just that. Like, you have firefighters, police, and cops. They have pimps, thieves, and a moped group that steals. It's like the craziest shit I've ever heard. But, sorry. Interesting shit. Jackson Heights, Queens. Thank you, Adriana. Jackson Heights, Queens is where a lot of them are concentrated on. So just round them up. Now, the craziness, guys, is that with all of this border nonsense, if more cops get hurt because of this, this can have an impact, hopefully, on Kamala Harris's campaign. Because right now, Kamala Harris's campaign, according to the media that's wanting her to win, she is beating Trump in a lot of the swing states. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And it doesn't look good because I said this last week, the closer they can close that gap between Trump and Kamala Harris, the easier it's for them to take the election, right? The wider it is, the harder it's going to be, but the closer it is, they can absolutely go over. And they're undoubtedly, right now, guys, cheating. Jackson Ave is in the Bronx. I meant Jackson Heights, Bronx hits the fan, sorry. But anyway, that's a different discussion for a different day. Let's see. The memo added that credible human sources from Colorado provided the intelligence via Albuquerque Police Department. The warning comes as Denver has gotten 42,000 illegal immigrants, more per capita than any other U.S. city, and many of them are from Venezuela. Prison gangs the prison gang, whose name means Aragua Train, a reference to the Aragua region in Venezuela, has infiltrated the U.S. by sending members posing as asylum seekers, illegal immigrants, across the southern border. From there, its members have flocked to major U.S. cities, including New York, Chicago, Miami, and Denver, where they engage in money laundering, gun smuggling, theft, human trafficking, and drugs. They left out the drugs, according to the reports. Now, the drugs they're moving, I think it's small or minor, because here in New York, at least here in New York, MS-13 is moving a large weight of that drugs. And then you have the other guys like the triads and the Chinese gangs down south, and then you still have the Italians dabbling whatever they're dabbling in. And then you have the Albanians and that other fucking very angry group of assholes. not Albanians. There's another group of fucking angry assholes that are like Albanians. They're just dicks. Anyway, you got them who are also moving drugs as well. And everybody knows where all of these people are and nothing's being done. Insanity. But meanwhile, Trump lied about his business, supposedly lied about his business financing standings, and they want to bring him to court on that. But we got dudes actively sitting in buildings, homes, and street corners, breaking the law as we speak, but they're going after Trump. They're pulling over people in the city because they're not wearing their seatbelt and giving them fines on that. Or the garbage can wasn't on the curb where it belonged, they're giving them fines on that. But these people who are actively creating a criminal environment, don't worry about that bullshit. Serbians, no, not Serbians. No. So Albanians, another group that's here in New York. Romanians? No, not Romanians. Who isn't angry? No, but these people are like habitually angry. Like their kids come out fucking screaming and angry. The Albanians, and there's another group, not Romanians, and they're taking over fucking this area in the Bronx by Orchard Beach. I forgot their names, man. Somebody will mention them. Some of the Mormons. Yeah, nice one. Someone says, all by design. Whatever. All by design. I would be shocked if Trump wins this election. Not Albanians. It's another group. Not some Armenians. Thank you. Armenians. That group of fucking assholes. And yeah, I call them assholes because I had to deal with them a couple of times, and they're fucking shitbags. Saw fucking Albanians. They're just dicks, like for no reason. You know, not Russian, not Polish. It was Armenians. Fucking cock-sucking Armenians. Anyway, and I know that you're not supposed to group people, but they're fucking dicks when they're together. Groups of people are assholes when they're together. Doesn't matter who the group is. If it's Jews, they're fucking dicks. If it's Dominicans, they're assholes. If it's blacks, they're fucking idiots. If it's white people, depends on the white groups, they're fucking cocksuckers, right? Everybody's a cocksucker when they're in a group. But when they are in their work element or with their work friends or on their own, people are decent. But once they get into their groups, you want to fucking smack them in the dick, man. Like, seriously. Anyway, forget it. I don't want to get into it. It's just going to piss me off. But, yes, Armenians, Albanians. Those two jackoffs. Not Polacks. Polacks are not, they're just slow people. Red brick is breeding. $50 an ounce. Wow. That's a... Yeah, like a lot of people, if because I'm from the melting pot of the world, I get to experience everybody in their bullshit. I really do. I get to experience so many different groups of people, and you know, when somebody gets hurt and everybody comes together, you know, they got like the Albanian, Armenian, the Jews, the fucking Italians, the what is that called? The Dominicans, the Puerto Ricans, the homos, right? You got everybody coming together, standing behind the mayor, talking about peace and love. But when everybody goes back into their corner, they're raging assholes, right? So we're not a melting pot, we're a salad bowl. And after the salad has not been eaten, or they don't want it, the salad goes back in its respective corners or spots, right? Salads, tomatoes, cucumbers, it goes, and that's how it is here. We're not a melting pot, not by a long shot. We are the worst when it comes to trying to bring people together. It's a fraud. It's fraud. It's fraudulent. It's like the LGBT community saying we all get along. No, you don't. The fuck you do. Just like we all get along. It's a sham, people. It's all a sham. I hate to tell you guys this shit, but it's a sham. The melting pot shit is the fakest? Can I say that? The fakest thing you'll ever hear. We here in New York, we stand together in harmony, and they lock each other's arms, and they go, we will stand against racism. And then the camera goes off, and everybody goes in their corner. And people who are interlocking with each other, they start wiping, Lysol wipes and shit on their arm to get the fucking disgust of the other guy off of them. It's a fucking ruse. It's all a ruse. Everybody here thinks that we're like this one unity. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. We're not fucking unity. We're not loving. It's bullshit. It's the worst. Now, can I get along with a lot of different people? Absolutely. I can jump into any mix and get along with people. But when people are in their groups, that's when you see who they are. You see their true color. When they're sitting there, with their fucking Armenian group fucking making fun of you in Armenian, And then you say something about them and they all get fucking all up in arms and shit. And get the fuck bent, dude. Fuck out of here. I mean, a couple years ago, I almost got into a fist fight with one of them. And my buddy who was with me was like, you can't do that. I said, yo, I could take these 2 fucking guys on. And then like 5 more came out. And he was like, really? And then I went into my car. And I was going to reach for my baseball bat. And he was like, no. We're going to escalate something. I said, fuck him. And then he was like, and then he let it go. And as soon as I reached for it, everybody calmed the fuck down. I was like, that's what I fucking thought. And then that was that. And went about my business. But the fact, guys, is that it's all bullshit. Forget the melting pot bullshit. Forget the harmony and the kumbayas. And I love my neighbors. No, you don't. You don't fucking love your neighbors. You're fucking full of shit. That's what it is. It's full of shit. This town reeks of shit, and it's because it's full of it. But, yeah, man. Armenians are short. I guess. I guess I'm short then, because a couple of these guys were my height. It wasn't Armenians. It was Albanians. Sorry, the baseball bat incident was Albanians, not Armenians. Excuse me. Armenians are something different. It wasn't an incident. It was just watching them and their rude bullshit. It was whatever. Kardashians are Armenians, are they? No wonder they're cockbags and cocksuckers. Get it? Anyway, let me finish this article, guys. Sorry. So, engaged in laundering. All right. So, U.S. Border Patrol, and I found this interesting. I thought they were up on this for a while. I found this part interesting in the article. The U.S. Border Patrol only began tracking the group last year as it recorded catching 70 of its members, according to federal data. However, many are getting past law enforcement at the borders, no shit, and its vetting process because younger members are careful not to get gang-affiliated tattoos or other identifiers in order to stay under the radar. Right now, it is far too easy for criminals to enter the United States. No shit, and all because of Kamala Harris. But that part of her campaign, they're trying to glue those pages together so you can't separate them. I don't want to get into it because it's going to piss me off and it's going to sidetrack me even more than I'm already been sidetracked. We have zero access to the other nation's criminal database, and with this administration's uselessness in deterring these criminals, they will keep entering undetected. That was a source from the Border Patrol. The gang has been the subject of more than 100 criminal investigations opened by federal authorities, not including the investigations that are going on in cities here in the United States, like New York, Chicago, Miami, Detroit, LA, and even small towns are getting them there. Now, in the smaller towns, they're a bigger threat if the small town doesn't shut them down right away. So the liberal towns that we have here in New York and Vermont and Massachusetts that don't allow guns, and they go icky to guns because they're gay, those places are going to be overrun by this gang fairly quickly. And because most men, those guys with the lack of testosterone flowing through their body, they're going to get attacked and raped. And then they're going to be made an example of, and people are going to give in because, pussies. Anyway, early this month, Biden administration, I didn't know this, early this month, the Biden administration designated the gang as a transnational criminal organization and began offering $12 million reward for the arrest of its leaders. Plural. Venezuelan gang Bernard Raul Castro Mata, 19, who was accused of shooting at 2 NYPD officers June 3rd, allegedly told cops he was recruited by the Venezuela gang's Big Apple coordinator to join its snatch and grab moped thieves, a unit called the Snatch and Grab. I wish they would snatch and grab something from me. I would break these little fucking homosexuals in two. Like, seriously. Right over my fucking knee. Anyway. Castro Mata also revealed, now this guy's a snitch, that the gang has been smuggling guns in the New York City's migrant shelters in food delivery bags. It also believes that the gang is tied to the assault of the 2 cops in Times Square that occurred in January. Those of you remember, there were 2 cops that were assaulted in January, and I thought automatically it was that gang. But then they said that there was no links to them, and now they still think that it is. It absolutely was. If you have to guess, it was. That's all it is, guys. I don't understand. These people are going to be a thorn in everyone's side. Sooner or later, they're going to come knocking on certain doors. And they're going to be met with something brutal. Brutal, with the wrong door they knock on. And in some doors, they're just going to kick in and then have their way with whoever's in that apartment. They're going to graduate, guys, to taking over buildings. They will graduate to pushing robberies. I'm pretty sure they're already raping women. What if they took my chair for ransom? It'd be like what's that movie with Liam Neeson? Taken, getting my chair back from hella high water. But anyway, yeah, this guy's letting the gang grow like this and watching their every step as they grow. It's insanity. The federal government is watching them grow. Local PD is watching them grow. Everybody's talking about them, and no one's doing anything about it. Yo, I mean, at some point, man, you got to fucking just release the hounds and have it go where it may. If that means breaking a few ribs, kneecaps, and maybe skulls, so the fuck be it. But to let them grow to a whole new level, and then turning to the news and going, by the way, they're doing this now. We don't know how to stop them. There's a fucking yo, Charles Bronson. Watch fucking Death Wish 1 and 2. But don't watch Death Wish 3. Because it was horrible. Fucking horrible, by the way. I watched it a few months ago. What? Yo, it was, I don't want to get started because that's the movie channel talk. Yeti, thank you for the donation, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, watch Death Wish 1 and 2. Don't watch 3. It's amazing how in 3, the same people keep getting raped and murdered. Anyway, I'm sorry. But this is only going to get worse. That's all it is, guys. This is going to get really, really bad. Rip Curl. My chair does have leprosy. So I was watching Shogun, the remake of the TV show, and there was a guy in there with leprosy. And I'm like, man, he looks like my chair. Right? So, Death Wish 3 the best. Whew, that was fucking horrendous. I was, and matter of fact, I'm watching it in the firehouse. And one of the guys is watching it with me, and we're both laughing at how fucking bad it was. It was just like, you know, like Charlie Bronson with a fucking rocket launcher blowing the guy through the window. And that was like, and the guy made that face like that. And that was like the pause, and it was a long pause before he got blown out of the window. I'm like, with that long pause, he could have fucking played backgammon, chess, poker. He could have fucking played a slots machine, ran around the building, still went like this, and got blasted out of the window. It was the worst fucking movie ever. I don't want to get into it. But anyway, back to the gang, guys. Again, you know any police officers, pass the information on. That's all. And if they start, because I just have this feeling that they might start focusing on family members of police officers. That's taking it to a whole new level. And if they do that, guys, it's going to be sort of like RoboCop, where the police officers were going to go on strike because their hands were tied behind their backs kind of deal. I mean, holy shit, man. If it gets to that level, Firefly, I could show you a cover. I saw covers online for this, by the way. I was tempted to get one. And like, if I do that, I give in to you guys and your ball breaking of my chair, and it's not going to happen. So, the chair stays leprosy looking forever. And he didn't know that. Yeah, and a lot of cops don't notice. I mean, listen, again, guys, you got to understand. Like, not every police officer is going to know the current information that's circulating. Just like every firefighter and every EMT and every correction officer, they're not going to know the current information that's circulating around. Oftentimes, we find out a little too late, right? We find out days later. The union right now, or police unions across the nation are probably emailing their their police officers as we speak, because this is growing as far as the information is, and it's reaching all the states. So hopefully those unions do the right thing and they send an email out ASAP on the situation. A lot of people will probably get this information tomorrow morning. Again, being that it happened today. My cop source, if you will, she didn't know about it until she looked on her friend's Facebook page and then said, yeah, there is some credibility to it. Because when I asked her, she was like, I don't fucking know, you know. I was like, you know, good. And then I said, you know, good job. And then like an hour later, she got back to me. She goes, it's real. So it's like, all right. Well, yeah, my skin starts peeling off. It's because of this chair, but whatever. Enough. So, guys, now, moving forward, the White House and Israel are working to head off widening of Middle East war or Mideast war following an airstrike against Hezbollah in Lebanon. Now, supposedly this strike killed a Hezbollah leader, but then I read something maybe an hour ago that said that they were trying to kill the Hezbollah leader. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they hit him or not. There was confirmation, but then there wasn't. So who fucking knows? But yeah. So Hezbollah has crossed the red line, Israel Defense Minister Yogi Gallant wrote on X. I think as a politician, you shouldn't be writing anything on X. It should be in a statement on the internet or a news, not on, you shouldn't, like, when something happens as a politician, I'm like, hold on, guys, I gotta tweet this shit. That's fucking gay and unprofessional. Stop. Enough. Make a statement like a man. Stand in front of a camera and talk about how the bombing of the 11 kids in Israel was bad. Now, I had my issues with that bombing because I thought the timing of it was just a little suspect, being that a day before Trump and him were speaking, and I think it was him that said to Trump, if you don't win, we could see the Third World War. Or Trump said to him, sorry, that if I don't win, there could be a Third World War. Then the next day, this shit hits a playground. I don't know. I'm not buying it, but whatever. That being said, of course, there was going to be a retaliation. We all saw it coming. So, as Israel War Cabinet convened Tuesday, the White House said that even after the country strike at Hezbollah's Beirut stronghold, a wider Mideast war can be prevented. Earlier, Israel Defense Forces killed Fadeh Shukru, a top Hezbollah commander who, it is said, was personally involved in Saturday's killing of 12 children on the Golan Heights. The IDF spokesman Daryl Hagari confirmed that Shukru, known as Haji Moshin, the closest advisor to Hezbollah's chief Hassan Nasrallah, has been killed in an airstrike conducted from fighter jets, or by fighter jets. Sorry. Talk about civil war. Charles, civil war. Civil war, there's two things that can happen that can start civil war, and it dawned on me this morning what the second thing was. But let me finish this and then remind me in 10, 20 minutes, or if not, I will talk about it Thursday about the second thing that can start civil war. We got too many possible things starting. We got too many wars and possibilities of war starting. We got North Korea and South Korea going at it right now. We got China twiddling their thumbs, wondering if they should make a move on Taiwan. We have the bullshit Ukraine-Russia nonsense. Then we have us and Russia. Then you have another country, India and some other country, about to go at it with each other. And I'm like, man. And then you have civil wars in different countries ready to pop off. I think humanity has reached this boiling point. I think humanity is done, upset, and just pissed at everything. So we're finding a reason to start wars with one another over the silliest things. But yeah, let me finish this hard pronouncing article with all these fucking Muslim names. Washington was warned Washington has warned Israel against attacks at Beirut, yet it was hesitant to denounce the attack of the terrorist who is also wanted in America. Israel has the right to defend itself against terrorist organization, which is exactly what Hezbollah is. Vice President Harris said at an Atlanta campaign rally, adding, but all that being said, we still must work on a diplomatic solution to end these attacks, and we will continue to do that work. Now, Israel has a right to defend itself. There is defending yourself, guys. Case and fucking point. When you're in a ring, if you've ever been in a street fight, there is a point after you knock the guy out, you give him a couple more hits, and then you stop. You do not keep beating the balls off the guy until he can't move anymore, until you broke every limb on his body. It doesn't work that way. And Israel decimated Palestine. Decimated the area in Palestine, Gaza. Leveled it. They should sit back and go, all right, I think they got the point. No. Then they're getting attacked from other areas. And I get that they have to respond in kind. But they're overstepping some of these attacks. This attack was warranted. If, in fact, the attack in Israel was a real attack, if it was actually done by Hezbollah, then this was a warranted attack. But everything right now, guys, I'm suspect of everything. I don't give a fuck what it is these days. I'm looking at everything with a raised eyebrow because I don't trust it. There's too much nonsense out there and too much lying and people showing you just half the picture or a quarter of the picture and being like, look what's happening here. And when they widen out the view, it's fucking not what it seems. And it's just too much of that. Google censorship. The problem with Hezbollah is that they keep moving. They keep moving to different areas and they keep involving different people. And that's the problem. But like idiots, Israel keeps attacking these other countries who were trying to stay out of it for the better part. And listen, but this is just going to get worse. And Kamala Harris' statement about we need to work on a diplomatic solution, there is no diplomatic solution. The diplomatic solution, guy, is gone. It is gone. Israel's not going to sit down and be like, all right, what can we do? And Hezbollah, Lebanon, Palestine, Gaza, they're not going to sit down. That is gone. War is the only next option. It's the only thing. I mean, what else are they going to do? Everybody's going to sit down after all of these heinous things and shit that said one another? I can't see it. I can't see them motherfucking each other, trash talking one another, and then they're going to be like, oh, by the way, maybe we should come to some kind of agreement. No, it doesn't. It's not going to work. And these people have hated each other forever. It is never going to end. Never going to end. Anyway, Charles, thank you for that, guys. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, whatever floats your boat. Whatever, however you're feeling. If I pissed you off, hit the thumbs down. If I made you laugh, hit the thumbs up. If I made you feel both ways, hit the thumbs up. But anyway, guys, let me finish this article. Hezbollah has crossed a red line, Israel Defense Minister Yoav Gallant wrote on X shortly after reports of the Beirut strike emerged across the Mideast. The deadly attack on Mashdal Shams Saturday shook Israel. Yet Hezbollah followed it with intensified attacks on the northern Galilee and Golan Heights, killing a man in his 30s Tuesday at the kibbutz Hagashron. I know I'm butchering these names. People are like, oh my God, what is he doing? Yeah, I'm butchering them. Multiple Lebanese press outlets initially claimed that Sharouk, dubbed by Israel as Hezbollah's chief of staff, had survived the IDF drone strike at the southern Beirut Dahi neighborhood. Yet, a Saudi-based television network, Alibaba, that's not the name of it, was reporting Sharouk had been killed and his body is being held at the Beirut hospital. One of Hezbollah's senior commanders had been assassinated in Dahi, southern Beirut. a mouthpiece for the Tehran regime, IRNA writes on X. What is he throwing these people and writing shit on X? Nice. Shrouk was considered the top military commander of the Iran-backed organization. He is a founding member of the Lebanon-based terror organization, and some see him as the heir to a high-profile Hezbollah figure, Iman Mahi, who was killed by Israel in 2008. The Department of State lists Shukuru as a top terrorist. Washington has posted a $5 million reward on his head for his role in the 1983 bombing of the American embassy at Beirut, in which 241 Americans were killed. Israel says that Hezbollah chief commander is responsible for the death of the 12 Druze children who were killed at a playground on Saturday. Since the attack at the Druze village, Maid al-Sham, Washington officials have warned Israel against a reprisal that could involve the entire region. Specifically, members of the Biden administration have warned against any operation at the Lebanese capital, yet Israel still went ahead and did it. Israel source said they had updated American counterparts in advance of Tuesday's operations. I love how the United States can't back anything they say, especially in regards to Ukraine and Israel. Like, they're like, yo, guys, don't fucking go any further. And Ukraine's like, that's okay. We're still gonna need money. We're still gonna do this. They told Israel, be easy. Don't. And then what do? They do it anyway. I think, what is that called? Bloodlust, right? Or bloodlust or blood drunk or some shit like that. Like, that's Benjamin Netanyahu at this point. I think he is so enraged, he is blinded by blood. He's seeing red. He hasn't calmed down yet. I'm wondering how he didn't have a heart attack yet, or how high his blood pressure might be. Nonetheless, guys, this is just getting bad. Very bad. Humberto says something big is coming. Something undoubtedly big is coming. Again, I have this feeling, and I think it's going to rock the world, man. It's going to be some shit that's just going to scare the shit out of all of us. Help the chair get to the leprosy clinic. Nice one, Hudson Valley. Yeah, this is just bad. Like, all the way around. And again, if both sides can come to the table, it's so far, according to the reports, it's been Israel who's been shutting down all the talks. They're like blood drunk. Thank you, Sojourner. It's been Israel who's shutting down all of these talks, right? Israel's like, nah, fuck that. We're not gonna do this unless. It's like, yo, at some point, man, you gotta just like stop, you know. Are you tired of you tattoos? You tattoos, I don't speak that English, Cheryl. Can you speak English for me, Cheryl? I'd appreciate that. Are you tired of you tattoos? I know what you mean, and no, I'm not. But that wasn't English. That was bad. Sorry for breaking the balls, but that was bad. Anyway, reports in the region said that the United States Navy is sending warships to the eastern Mediterranean in anticipation of a widening war. Yet Israel now assesses that as Mr. Nasrallah's closest advisor has been targeted, Hezbollah chief is unlikely to avoid a major counterattack. I guess that's not good. I believe Haifa will be a major target. The mayor of Israel's third largest city, Yangi, told several press outlets. Earlier this month, Hezbollah published a video shot from one of its drones that depicted a sensitive target of Haifa, including Israel's largest seaport. Not you, sorry. Nice one. Not you, sorry. No, I'm really not sorry for breaking your chops. Like, not a little bit. But that was a good reply from Cheryl. Why is she or he concerned about your tattoos? I have no idea. I really don't. The Ozark Negroes here. I like that one, by the way. Are you too tattoo doo-doo? Nice one. 19D1. I don't know what my tattoos had anything to do with it, but okay. I seriously don't. Whew. Anyway, we're almost done with this fucking article, guys. I got a couple minutes. Stop distracting me. I'm easily distracted, as you guys can see. All right. Other possible targets include Tel Aviv and especially... Shit, these names sound Japanese, by the way. But they're not. They're Jewish, but they sound Japanese. I think it's Hukara, which is Israel's equivalent of the Pentagon. No shit. And Ben Gurion Airport. Ben Gurion Airport. Israel must make all intelligence sensors operational. A senior researcher at Israel's Miskay Institute, Yoshi Manshar, whatever, writes. According to the source, Israel was able to gain intelligence on Hezbollah's high-accuracy missile, which the Lebanese organization exposed this week in anticipation of Israel's reprisal for the Saturday attack on Golan. Now, again, guys, Israel is up to date on whenever there's going to be an attack. And this shit caught him off guard. This shit Saturday caught him off guard. Again, guys, I'm not buying anything out of Israel. I'm really not. Certain things, again, the October 7th attack is very, very questionable. Ben Gurion. It didn't say Ben Gurion here. It said Ben, it was spelled differently, not the way you just spelled it. Right, it's spelled Gurion, Gurion, or Gurion. Ben Gurion, but you have Ben Gurion. It said Gurion here. But anyway, not the point. Many Lebanese, though, are criticized that the attack on Israel, which Hezbollah has been conducting since October 8th in support of Hamas. I hope Hezbollah would react proportionately to end the cycle of death. Lebanon Foreign Minister Abdullah Bou Habib said Tuesday. I didn't make that up. That's what it says. The IDF must be ready for major war. Former head of Israel's National Security Council, Yaakov Mador, told Khan News. He added that even though more than 60,000 northern Israelis are yet to return home, Hezbollah is suffering more than the Jewish state. Since October, we have killed 500 terrorists, including 370 Hezbollah members and the rest from other organizations, Mr. Amador added. We damaged their military capabilities. They have hardly hit ours. Hezbollah hit harder than IDF. Hezbollah is hit harder than IDF, and Lebanon had hit harder than Israel. Was hit harder than Israel, So again, and this is coming from a former Israeli National Security Council that's saying that even Israel needs to fucking calm down. So that's interesting. Again, that's coming from one of their troops, one of their people. So this is just going to get worse. This is going to get absolutely out of control. Again, guys, there's so much going on right now. It's insane. It's insanity. I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen this much chaos around the world, because that's what it is. It is chaos around the world. There's something going on everywhere around the world. And Thursday night, we will talk about all of that, especially what somebody wanted to talk about earlier. I completely forgot what they wanted me to talk about. But I will try to go through or somebody will remind me what we were supposed to talk about later, and we're going to talk about that tomorrow night. But as far as this election goes, guys, this is getting dangerous as far as Trump winning and or losing. It's not looking good because they are making such the push right now. There are stats out there and polls that CNN are taking and other polls are taking where Trump is tied or Kamala Harris is all of a sudden beating him. But yeah, I after I saw what they started doing, and they started doing it earlier, where in 2020, when they took that election, that wasn't, no one really saw that coming. But they're starting it earlier, and they're lying about things and rewriting things for her, which is bad, man. Really bad. And because there were a lot of people who were going to vote for Biden if he ran, now that Kamala Harris is in, there's an organization called White Dudes for Kamala. What the fuck is that? These guys are going to vote and trying to get more white guys to vote for Kamala. That's a thing. I couldn't believe what the fuck I was reading. Exactly, Jay No More. The propaganda machine's working overtime, except for the propaganda machine is going to actually work this time. That's the problem. Though there are so many people that are not voting for Kamala Harris, especially the black community is not buying Kamala Harris's bullshit. At least of the young generation, or my generation and younger, we're not buying her bullshit at all. Right? And she's not black, she's mixed. She's a mixed bitch. I don't understand. This fucking mixoid bitch is like trying to be like, I'm a Negro. No, bitch, you're not. You're fucking poop Indian. That's what you are. You're not, and you're Jamaican on top of that. So you're West Indian, dot-head Indian. You're a mixed bag of whores. That's what you are. But instead, she's trying to play the black card. She's like, look at me, I'm a Negro. I like hot sauce on my watermelon. I'm pretty sure people put hot sauce in their watermelon. I don't want to talk about it. But that's what this chick is. She's a fucking artist. She's a con artist. And she's conning people into voting for her. Never seen anything like it, man. Never seen anything like it. It's straight up and down bullshit. And they're lying so hard for her, it's out of control. I'm pretty sure Hillary Clinton's crying again. Why didn't they lie for me this bad, you know? Yo, and JD Vance, the rumor of him being replaced, that's not looking good. Told you guys, there's something about him that I don't like. And I think something about Vance is going to come out that's going to possibly tank the rest of Trump's campaign. I just have this bad feeling about the dude, man. I'm telling you guys, I don't like him. I don't like the guy. Something rubs me the wrong way. I was on his Twitter account yesterday looking for a post that never happened, but I was looking on his post and I'm like, I don't know. Something about him I don't like. You know, it's something rubbing me the wrong way, man. When people rub me the wrong way, I am oftentimes correct. But, unfortunately, we have to wait and see. But I tell you guys, in the next couple of weeks, Kamala Harris is going to be leading in all the polls. All of them. Every last one. They're going to convince people that she's in the lead so that they can convince people to vote for her. It's sort of like what they did with the arm ticket. They convinced people that it was going to work. They convinced people that it was going to save lives. And so people went ahead and took it and soonly found out that it didn't save lives, nor did it work. They're doing the same thing with Kamala Harris. They're sitting there and telling us that she's the better candidate and that she's going to win, so you might as well vote for her. For the Doggies Guitar, yes, the Angry Film Critic is having a live stream tomorrow. We're going to talk about 80s films. Specifically, early 80s films before 85. So anywhere between 1980 and 85. And we're going to talk about why we resonate with those 80s movies. Why a lot of them, till this day, still reach out to us. Mind Tab, you're wrong on JD Vance. I bet you money I'm not. But yeah. But listen, if I am wrong, I hope I'm wrong about Trump not winning, and I hope I'm wrong about Vance. But there's something about it that I just don't like. I just don't. Sorry, man. Anyway, guys, thank you for the donations. I got to go off and head over to the Angry Truth tonight. Tonight on the Angry Truth, we're going to be talking about more angry shit. We're going to be talking about Kamala Harris and how she is all of a sudden winning swing states. MF James, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. We're going to be talking more about Kamala Harris and our bullshit on the Angry Truth channel Tomorrow night, again, the Angry Film Critic. We will have a live stream. Hopefully, I can see a lot of you guys over there. We'll be talking about 80s films, and we'll probably talk about Red Dawn if it falls in. No, Red Dawn does fall in before 85, right? Was it 84, 85, that movie? But nonetheless, we're going to be talking about 80s movies between 80 and 85. All right, guys, see you, some of you guys tomorrow. See some of you guys in a couple minutes. Thank you.